So I'm up at the top of Binevenagh a couple hours before sunset, and I was up here on Monday and scouted out the location, and pretty epic view behind us, looking back out towards Donegal and over towards McGilligan as well. Some absolutely dramatic landscapes down the side of this. Another amazing spot where Game of Thrones was filmed. So really what we're doing, we're just looking for a few different compositions. The sun is coming from over that direction and we're getting some really nice side lighting, just hitting, if you can just see behind me there, hitting some of the, I guess they're towers just on the side of the cliff face here. But yeah, so we're just waiting on the light here. I think hopefully we're going to get some really nice images today. At least that's the plan, fingers crossed. Yeah, super location again. Can't believe this has only been the second time I've been here. One of my goals this year was to try and visit a whole lot of different locations, new locations for me. So again, this is another new one, and yeah, I can't believe that it's taken me so long to get up here. So the light that looked really promising earlier has pretty much gone, as you can see from behind me. It's hidden in behind that lovely big bank of cloud hanging over Donegal, but we still probably got about an hour and a half before sunset, so I'm hopeful. Did get a few shots fired up this way here. We had a little bit of light, maybe about 10 minutes or so earlier on, which was quite nice. Sun was still a little bit maybe high in the sky for what I would prefer, just that softer, warmer kind of light. But at the minute it's kind of been the only light we've got, so at least we've got something in the bag. But don't really want to move from this location. I really do want a shot shooting back this way here, and yeah, I reckon plan is probably to be here for another half hour, and if not, if we don't get any light, then possibly move into position and hope that we do get some for sunset. So one of the things that I get asked quite a bit is what kind of filters I use and why I use the filters that I do. At the moment I'm using a brand called formatt-hitech. I'm actually one of their brand ambassadors, and usually on the front of the lens I'll have their Firecrest circular polarizer, and I use a variety of different ND filters and also ND grads. Basically the idea behind using a grad is so that we can balance the sky and the foreground. Some people will say, why could we not just do it in Photoshop, just take multiple exposures and blend them together? And yeah, I guess you probably could do that, but to me, I'd far rather get it right in camera. And if I can take one exposure and edit it with the filters, I just think it's much better than always having to take 3 different exposures of the same scene and just start to spend so much time in front of the computer blending them whenever you could actually be out shooting. So at the minute, on the front of the lens, I have the formatt-hitech circular polarizer, and I also have their 0.9, which is a 3-stop ND grad. It's one of the hard edge grads. So what I'm actually doing is using it to balance the exposure in the sky with the foreground. Unfortunately, it's probably a poor example because we've actually got no real good light behind me, but basically what it would mean is that I can take an exposure for the foreground by bringing the grad down. It basically just keeps the detail in the sky, and you basically get the best of both worlds whenever you actually go to take the image, and it should mean that the image is pretty balanced, so you're not kind of sacrificing the sky or you're sacrificing the foreground. you can hopefully get it all in the one exposure. So what an absolutely frustrating evening. Seems to be every time I go to go out to film a vlog, the weather just goes terrible. So we're waiting here. You can see behind me all the lovely rain, which is where the sun should be, and the rain over this way just behind me there. So it's not been a good day for landscape photography, apart from about 5 minutes of light that we got earlier, and I didn't actually film any of the images that are whenever I was shooting them, so I can't even show you the setup, but yeah, that's the way it goes. Decisions. This is the point of, do I give up? Do I hold off? Do I wait? What do I do? I reckon I'm going to have to probably stick it out for another little while and see how we get on. So I think sadly the weather has beaten me again today. What I've been really hoping for was just a massive bit of sun just bursting the whole way across here. Just sun is meant to be setting over there behind that really thick blanket of cloud and rain, but I just can't see any way that the sun's going to get through it now. Quite a change from earlier, because whenever we arrived, some of the footage with the drone and stuff, it was like completely blue sky, some really lovely fluffy white clouds, just such a change in the weather. I think we've been, I reckon, in this spot nearly 2 hours, and I think it's probably time to call it quits. I think there's just a part of me that just wants to hold on and just hold off and wait, but decisions. At the moment, the scene is just completely flat behind me, so there's no point in even shooting anything. The clouds are going so slow that even a long exposure is not really going to give any kind of dramatic effect, so we need light. We really need a burst of light. We need the light. I just don't think we're going to get it tonight.